On.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kim and I'm doing my second video, and this will be my first posting on Monday Mingles from Jennifer's blog 80 Miles Per Hour. So what she does is she posts 3 questions every week that women who want to make a video talk about these 3 subjects. So this week the subjects are, well, I'll just talk about them one at a time. The first one is, currently, what are your 3 favorite shows on television? Well, I have 3 favorites that I watch almost every week if I don't catch it on TV. I don't have the, I forget what it's called, where you guys get to record it. So if I don't see it, I have to wait and see if it's on Hulu. And if it's not, I'm just out of luck until the reruns. So the first one is called The Good Wife. It's on CBS Tuesday nights. And the reasons that I like this show particularly is that it's full of really, really strong women. They are women that have really, let me start again. My favorite subject, or my favorite television shows, the first one is called The Good Wife, and the reason that I like this show is because it provides women with role models of very strong women. It also shows how life is just messy. It isn't like TV land where you can just retake the scene or retake the event in your life. It's messy. Life is just messy, especially if you're married and have kids, because they're just full of messiness. And I like that it shows that women, we want to control everything. We want to control men, we want to control children, we want them to fit into certain categories, and it shows a very strong character, the main character, and what her children do that maybe she doesn't even know about, and that is true life. We don't always know what our children are up to when they're teenagers or adult children, and it really depicts that. And her husband, who had an affair, and the effects of that, and we don't always know how we'll react when these crises come up in our lives. We say that, oh, we do this and we would do that, but in reality, we have no real clue as to what we would do when we're presented with the problem itself. So the second favorite show that I watch, it's not really a movie, it's a show, is called Bones, and it's on Fox Network. And the reason that I like this show is because I work in radiology and CAT scan, and I'm not a person who enjoys watching medical shows. And this is a medical show, but it's in a different realm. It's really about a murder that's taken place, or an accident that's taken place, and there's a I forget what it's called, an anthropologist who is able to look at bones and determine how these people are killed. And I guess because I just can relate to the bones themselves very well, that I totally enjoy that show. Plus, I love the characters and how they interact with each other, and I love the characters that have no idea what their idiosyncrasies are or what their shortcomings are, but everybody else can see it, and you just want to say, but if you would just do this, and of course that character isn't going to do that because that's not how they perceive themselves. So the third show that I like to watch is called The Mentalist, and my husband and I watched this together, and we like it. We love the character Jane. He is just so out there. He's not like any of us, so I think that's why we like that show so much. So the second question posed to us in Monday's Mingle is, what is one restaurant you wish you had in your area? Well, I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, so oh my gosh, we are not at a shortage of restaurants or type of restaurants or anything like that. So my thing that I miss out on is a certain food, and that is pork tenderloin sandwiches. I got them in Indiana. I grew up in Indiana, and I miss those sandwiches. There is no place that I found outside of India that makes those pork tenderloin sandwiches. And I haven't been there in, it's been 15-20 years probably since I was there last. So I'm really missing out. So if anybody that lives in Arizona knows where you can get a good pork tenderloin sandwich, please let me know. And the third question posed to us is, what do you feel is the toughest part of being a parent? Oh my gosh. Well, I have older kids. They're both in their 20s, and the toughest part for me right now is letting them live their life with all the consequences of their own actions and not wanting to clean it all up. I have a tendency to want to fix everything for them, and that doesn't work, because if they don't learn from their own actions, the consequences of all those own actions, then I'm not being a parent. I'm taking that away from them, and they really do need to learn them so that they don't repeat. How else will they learn to not do it the next time or do it differently? We all live by the consequences of our own actions, whether it be good or bad, and I'm just forgetting that every time I turn around and trying to say, well, I'll do this for them, or I'll do that and make it easier for them. And my job is to be a parent and not take ownership of that and let them realize that. So that's the hardest part for me right now. It's been good talking to you again, and it's didn't get easier. I thought it would be easier in front of the camera this week, but I can see it's going to be a challenge for a little while. So until next week, I'll see you next week. Bye.